So, let me ask you something. Have you ever really thought about what happens inside your body when you eat, say, 4 eggs every single day?
Honestly, most people have no idea. And what you're about to learn, well, it might just surprise you. Because, despite all the myths, all the stuff you've been told about cholesterol, and after decades of fear and just plain bad information, it turns out eggs are one of the most powerful, complete, and misunderstood foods on the entire planet.
All right, so in this explainer, we're going to cover a few things. We'll look at the egg's hidden power, we're going to finally debunk that cholesterol myth, and we'll see why it's called the perfect protein. Then we'll get into its role as fuel and defense for your body, and stick around till the end because we'll show you how to maximize all these amazing benefits.
Okay, first up, the egg's hidden power. Let's dive right in and uncover why this everyday food is so misunderstood and what secret power it's really holding for your body.
But look, before we get into all the good stuff, we absolutely have to tackle the elephant in the room, the biggest fear people still have about eggs.
And that question is this: does eating eggs every single day raise your cholesterol?
The short answer? No, absolutely not. And you know what? In reality, it never did. That whole idea that the cholesterol you eat in food directly jacks up the cholesterol in your body, well, it's just been one giant misunderstanding.
So, where did this fear even come from? It all goes back to some really outdated and, frankly, flawed research from the 1960s, research that was later totally proven wrong. What modern science has shown us is that your liver, not your food, is what produces most of the cholesterol in your body. It's an internal job.
Okay, so here's what actually happens when you eat eggs. Your liver is smart. It just adjusts its own production. So, if you eat more cholesterol, it makes less. And get this, for most people, eating eggs actually has some great effects. Your HDL, that's the good cholesterol that cleans out your arteries, it often goes up. And those LDL particles, the bad ones, they tend to change into a larger, fluffier, much less dangerous form. Even your triglyceride levels can improve. So when you put it all together, you're looking at a healthier cholesterol profile, not a worse one.
All right, with the cholesterol myth out of the way, let's talk protein. Now, when you think of protein, you probably think of chicken or beef, right? Well, that protein comes from muscle tissue. And that tissue is super dense, really tightly packed, which actually makes it kind of hard for our bodies to break down and use all of it.
But an egg is completely different. Think about it. It's designed to build an entire new life from just a single cell. That means it has to contain every single building block needed. And that's exactly why egg protein has what's called the highest biological value of pretty much any food out there.
Biological value is just a fancy term for how much of the protein you eat your body can actually absorb and use. So let's take a look. Fish and beef, they're pretty good, clocking in around 80%. But look at the egg. It's in a league of its own, a perfect 100%. Your body uses all of it. That means every single gram of protein in that egg gets put to work. And what does that mean for you? Well, it means faster muscle repair after a workout, stronger bones, tendons, and ligaments. It means your body can produce hormones and enzymes properly. It even means better skin repair and a stronger immune system. It's the whole package.
Okay, so we've covered protein, but eggs are so much more than that. They're also an incredible source of fuel.
See, unlike super lean meats, eggs have those amazing healthy fats right in the yolk. Because of that, about 65% of the egg can be used by your body directly as fuel. What does that feel like? It feels like stable energy all day long. No more afternoon crashes, just better focus and balanced blood sugar.
And the egg white? It's like a tiny bodyguard. It's packed with these natural antimicrobial proteins that literally go to war for you, destroying harmful bacteria by breaking down their cell walls and basically starving them of nutrients. Oh, and while we're on the topic of egg whites, let's bust another myth. You might have heard something about biotin deficiency. That's only a risk if you're eating a ton of raw egg whites. As soon as you took them, problem solved.
Tucked inside all that perfect protein is a superstar amino acid called leucine. The best way to think of leucine is like an on switch for muscle repair. It's the signal that tells your body, hey, time to build and repair muscle tissue. And that's absolutely crucial for anyone who works out, lifts weights, or, just wants to stay strong as they get older.
All right, let's move from muscle to the mind. Eggs are also one of the best food sources you can find for something called choline, plus vitamin B12 and folate. Now, that trio of nutrients is a powerhouse for a super important process in our bodies called methylation.
So what the heck is methylation?
Just think of it as your body's all-star maintenance crew. It's running around 24/7, repairing your DNA, detoxing old hormones and chemicals, and producing all those important brain chemicals that control your mood and focus. And the nutrients in eggs? They're basically the perfect toolkit for this crew. It's no wonder so many people say they feel sharper and have better memory when they start eating eggs regularly. And the yolk does more than just feed your brain, it actually protects your eyes. It's loaded with two amazing antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These guys actually build up in your retina and they act like natural internal sunglasses, protecting your eyes from all that damaging blue light from screens and the sun's UV rays.
And believe it or not, the list keeps going. For your brain, you've got phospholipids that help maintain its structure. For your bones, you get vitamin K2, which is brilliant because it tells calcium to go into your bones and not your arteries. Plus, you get vitamin D for bone strength. And for your immune system, eggs give you retinol, which is the most usable form of vitamin A.
Okay, so we're all convinced eggs are incredible. The big question now is, how do we get the absolute most out of them? It really starts with choosing the right ones at the store.
You see all these labels, right? Pasture-raised basically means the chickens get to roam around outside. Organic is all about what they're fed. No pesticides, that kind of thing. The absolute best-case scenario, getting eggs that are both pasture-raised and organic. But hey, don't stress if you can't find or afford them. Even a standard, regular egg from the carton is still 1,000 times healthier than a sugary cereal or a processed breakfast pastry.
And here's a pro tip to get even more out of your eggs. Think about what you eat them with. If you pair them with things like leafy greens, some onions and tomatoes, or maybe some avocado, you're actually helping your body absorb all those nutrients even better. Even a little black pepper or a drizzle of olive oil can make a big difference.
So, here's the bottom line. If your body handles them well, eating up to 4 eggs a day is an incredibly simple and affordable way to boost everything from your muscles to your brain to your eyesight. And after everything we've just talked about, maybe the real question isn't should we be eating eggs, but why on earth did we ever stop?